Good afternoon to you and welcome. This is Social Reports. I am Uyewumi Ayinigbara. Queues have resurfaced in Akure, the Ondo State capital, after President Bola Tinubu announced that subsidy on petroleum products are gone. Osrc observed that fuel stations in some areas in the state capital were crowded by motorists who rushed to buy the product, while many independent stations were not selling as of the time of filing this report. In his inauguration speech, Tinubu had said subsidy was benefiting the rich at the expense of poor. He commended the decision of the outgoing administration in phasing out the petrol subsidy regime. The president said subsidy can no longer justify its ever-increasing cost in the wake of dry resources, adding that its administration shall instead rechannel the funds into better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs that will materially improve the lives of millions. Meanwhile, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Kyari, has welcomed President Bola Tinubu's decision on the removal of fuel subsidy. He assured the Nigerians of sufficient petroleum products amid the growing queues across the country.
The decision of Mr. President to announce that subsidy on PMS is over, and this has really been a major challenge for NNPC's continued operation. We have been funding the subsidy from the cash flow of the NNPC since government is unable to defray the cost of subsidy that's due to the corporation. And we believe that this will free resources for the NNPC to continue to do the great work that this company will do for our country, and it allows us to continue to function as a very commercial entity. And we welcome this development. Secondly, we would like to assure Nigerians that we have sufficient supply of petroleum products, particularly petroleum motor spirit in our country, and there is no reason to panic. We understand people will be scared of the potential changes to the price of petrol, but that's not enough for people to rush to fuel stations to buy more than what they need. But we are also assured that we are watching all the distribution networks and support facility, and we believe that this will compromise will be restored very soon.
The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Kyari, speaking there. In the meantime, Nigerians have continued to set agenda for the new President Bola Tinubu amidst various challenges bedeviling the nation. The emergence of Bola Tinubu as the President-elect of Nigeria since February 25 have raised hope of many Nigerians who believed in the politics of two-term governor of Lagos State. Omoriola Ongbeji sought the opinions of some eminent Nigerians in Akure, the state capital, on this.
And sign the dotted lines confirming him as the new president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Few hours ago, Nigeria got new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to steer the affairs of this country for the next 4 years. It's no more news that different and various challenges are calling for attention.
These include insecurity, lack of good healthcare system, education, and power supply. All these challenges, among many others, are currently threatening the existence of Nigeria as a nation. The expectations of Nigerians from the new president is so high that he cannot afford to fail. An elder statesman and former Commissioner for Information in Ondo State, Femi Aluko, suggested education as the first priority, saying standard of education has fallen drastically.
No country can live above the level of its education. Education in this country is not anything to write home about. But as far as I'm concerned, Tinubu will cope with the education. And we need a lot of reform in our education system. After education, what of electricity? Because without adequate electricity, there will be no development.
Another elder, Sendi Arugbofa, was of the opinion that 3 areas should be tackled headlong: education, constitution, and economy.
Well, I've mentioned those 3 areas. We should tackle them like the Romans would say, pari passu. Not just saying, let me handle the economy straight along. Therefore, the next 3 months, security, let me wait a little bit, then constitution. No, the thing should be handled pari passu, looking at this. With experts, people who are knowledgeable, people can really do it. And he has to be frugal. He has to.
To Mr. Olaiwani, the challenges facing the country are enormous, but that if the economy is fixed, it will pave way for other sectors to improve.
I think the economy becomes the number one, the topmost priority that the new president should face. Because once you reset the economy and the economy is able to grow, then it will have all the other multiplier effects, definitely. And I see one cornerstone of this. If you want to grow this economy, power must be restored. Power must be efficient in Nigeria.
They called for collective efforts of all for the success of the new administration.
Nigeria should cooperate and assist him. We Nigeria should be able to assist him. We must, as far as concerned, Nigeria must come together, unite. There should be no. For example, I will advise the Labour Congress to make sure that there is no strike for now.
Nigerians must be ready to make suggestions to the new president. It's not about condemning our leaders all the time. It's not about abusing our leaders all the time. We must make constructive suggestions. That's what I would call constructive engagement with the government.
We should all be quite prepared for the next four years or something like that. For our values, we have to reassess our values in this country. We have to know that all has not been well. You see, we've just two extremes in this country.
But don't pity me. I asked for the job. I campaigned for it.
The new president, Bola Tinubu, had during his inauguration dinner implored Nigerians not to pity him, saying he doesn't have any excuse to fail since he was fully aware of what he signed for. Omoniola Ngwiji, Osrc News.
And Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has celebrated the seamless transfer of power at both the national and state levels and celebrated President Bola Tinubu as he assumes office as the sixth democratically elected president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The governor, in a statement, also paid tribute to former President Muhammadu Buhari for the nation's political stability and economic prosperity. The governor, who felicitated the new president Bola Tinubu, his vice Kashim Shettima, and all members of the All Progressives Congress for working to sustain the momentum until the final victory, admonished the new administration to remain focused on the socio-economic programs for the good of the Nigerian people. Governor Akeredolu tasked all new leaders to cast aside tendencies which promote and deepen disunity in the country, noting that the task ahead is enormous. He said conscious effort must be made to bring on board only those with proven capacity and expertise and birth a new constitutional order which takes into consideration the principles of federalism. Governor Akeredolu also expressed confidence in President Bola Tinubu to deliver a mandate of turning the country around, adding that his record of service as two-time governor of Lagos State leaves no room for doubt concerning his capacity. For smooth running of the legislative arm of government, the Ondo State House of Assembly has organized a two-day training for members-elect of the 10th Assembly. This is as the 9th Assembly has few days to end and the state gets prepared to welcome members of the 10th Assembly. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiniola Adesoye Ajayi reports that Governor of Ondo State Oluwarotimi Akeredolu was represented at the event by his deputy, Lucky Ayidatua.
Members of the 9th Assembly took over legislative business of Ondo State on the 2nd of June 2019, and in less than 1 week to the end of the tenure. The State House of Assembly has organized a two-day training for members of the 10th Assembly. The aim is to intimate them with rudiments of lawmaking, representation and oversight function. The governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, represented by his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa, who congratulated them for the success of their elections, charged them to put aside political affiliation and work for the common good of the Sunshine State.
The common mission is to work for the good of our dear Sunshine State. It is therefore expected that in the days ahead, all of you will mutually, and I repeat, mutually engage one another and champion the interests of the generality of our people. And that should be your primary objective.
Akeredolu, who attributed the success stories of his administration to robust cooperation enjoyed with the 9th Assembly, also called for the continued support of the 10th Assembly.
We congratulate you all as we look forward to a robust cooperation between the 10th Assembly and the Executive Arm in the onerous task of building a more viral Ondo State for our people and for the unborn children.
While declaring the induction ceremony open, the Speaker, Bamidele Oleyelogun, said the accruing task of making laws for the peace, order and good governance of the state informed the training.
Member-elect, expectations are numerous by our people. They want to see you performing as expected. How can you do this? It is through research. Try to do research. Connect yourself.
The Clerk of the House, Benjamin Jayola, noted that induction is in furtherance of Governor Akeredolu's belief and commitment of a functional and productive legislature.
As stakeholders in the development of Ondo State, the members-elect should be highly determined to collaborate with Mr. Governor to take Ondo State to a place that he envisions.
Some of the inductees applauded the move, noting that the exercise will expose them to the functions of the Assembly, its practices and procedures, as well as the services available to them. The guest speakers took the new members through rules of bureaucracy and aids, lawmaking process and statutory instruments, as well as law guiding the use of public funds, among others. Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi, Osrc News.
Meanwhile, ahead of the June inauguration of the members-elect of the 10th Ondo State House of Assembly, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has again assured the incoming lawmakers that he will not interfere in its business. Akeredolu, who stated this in Owo at a two-day induction program organized for the 26 members-elect of the 10th Assembly, said his administration holds respect for the principles of separations of powers. He said against the backdrop of an independent assembly, the 10th Assembly lawmakers would be expected to legislate properly and effectively with a view to promoting good governance and development for the overall benefit of the people. Governor Akeredolu charged the lawmakers-elect to see themselves as trustees of the entire state, noting that the decision of their constituents to elect them as representatives is a big testimony of the confidence reposed in them. The governor, who was represented by his deputy Lucky Ayedatiwa, described the legislature as the engine room of democracy, hence his administration's robust relationship with the outgoing 9th Assembly. He urged the incoming 10th Assembly on same for continued development of the state. Until the last day of the Oluwarotimi Akeredolu administration, Ondo State government has pledged to leave no stone unturned in the improvement of infrastructure for the benefit of the people. Commissioner for Infrastructure, Land and Housing, Raimi Aminu, gave the pledge during Osrc Media Group program Roundtable. Osrc Said Aribisala has the report.
A round table designed for a robust interface between policymakers and journalists who are the watchdog and men of the fourth estate of the realm to hold those in government accountable for their activities. On the program, which is a brainchild of the Osrc Media Group. The fireworks of questions from journalists were targeted at the Ondo State Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands and Housing, Raimi Aminu. The level of flooding witnessed on roads, bad portions of major roads in different parts of the state, erection of buildings on road setbacks were all questions directed at the Commissioner.
To Siwashai ends. And you discover that anytime there is rainfall, there's always problems at different portions. And for over a year now, there are some portions that have been, maybe they have been caught by maybe your maintenance department and not with speak. Nothing has been done.
Bringing up something called the flyover around Oyari Village in Grace axis, there are concerns about the buildings around that place. Because of the nature of that place, it's a densely populated arena. There are business concerns there, there are residential areas there, buildings there. What will be the lot of those people there?
When you stand by the government house and you face towards Ukeda, you will discover that there is a portion of land there at the back of that that ministry. I think that place belongs to the ministry also. Around that DSS office. Yes, Akata General. That place, I could remember about a few years back. We reported a case there that a man in disguise to be a madman, he kidnapped and we caught him there. And that place now as we speak is nothing but like a desert. Like a forest, a thick forest.
The abandonment of government-owned structures and ongoing projects are also areas put forward for clarifications. The Commissioner said Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu will leave no stone unturned in ensuring lasting legacies are bequeathed to the people of Ondo State.
Started is being that office. I was there as SSA, later SA, later Commissioner. God will glory. There is no anybody who demolished their property, who took over their property for overriding public interest without any compensation. And meanwhile, it's compensation, not replacement. Compensation cannot replace, because in compensation so many factors come to play. We calculate the depletion period. We calculate, is it a modern house, is it a modern house, all those areas. We take the area of the
Mr. Raimi Aminu clarified that his ministry operates an open-door approach which allows residents to draw its attention to areas of challenges.
Introducing the flyover, there must be traffic sensors and other things. This place is right. I can tell you, even of our people that have built to the name of that assist, flyover is 100% essential. But with the migration of our residents to the sea, when we added it to the traffic sensor, that's how we know that there's need of flyover.
The Round Table is a special program of the Ondo State Media Group which spotlights policymakers, their actions with the feedback mechanism for improvement in areas where needed. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
And that concludes Sunshine Reports. Thank you very much for your time. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.